This is Alan Q with the Chennai Realty Group, and we're going to do another episode of At the Closing Table. This one, however, my clients didn't speak English that well, and she decided to just write me a review instead. But I still want to break this deal down because I think it was a really important one. She was actually told by numerous lenders and also real estate agents that she wasn't going to be able to purchase her first house. So when I first initially talked to her, she was looking for something around the 150K range, which in the middle of Boston seems to be pretty impossible. But then I got her to talk to David Johnson from Bank of England, and we were able to get her pre-approved for close to 200K. And then we started looking at properties, and we actually narrowed one down that was actually very close to Boston. It was actually in Everett, in a big apartment complex. Ended up finding her a one-bedroom condo, and we got an offer accepted for $185,000. Now, when we were putting this deal together, I was talking with the list agent, and she was very worried because she had deals prior fall through because of financing. Said that this building was very tricky with the amount of investors that were involved, and that FHA was definitely not going to pass, and that even some conventional loans weren't going to pass, and that we need a very diligent loan officer to really figure this one out and get this deal done. So she even went along and offered me someone that has done deals in that building prior, but I was really confident in, David and what we've done so far to help our clients get to the point that they were at. So we ended up getting the offers accepted, and then we started moving along. So the special guest for this episode, I actually have David Johnson.
Thanks for having me. No, this was definitely a really sweet one, especially because our client, got rejected by so many places, and it's very easy to get overwhelmed and be like, oh well, I can't afford anything. So I think that with us, our big things was just having a game plan right out of the gate. Figuring out why she wasn't being approved by these companies, nailing down all aspects of her credentials, and also for each property, just making sure we dove in to what those property credentials are, how they compare to other ones, just making sure we were good on all ends before putting in an offer. And I think that the patience part is huge, because it's very easy to see a property you like, hey, I want to put an offer on this now, like I want this. So I think that having our game plan really helped us out here. And then in terms of the association, I was in very close communication with the seller's agent, and I also was in communication with the condominium itself, because I hate question marks as much as anybody. And I want to make sure that we're good on all those ends, because like you had said, condominiums can be very tricky with their association, what they accept in different terms and things like that within the association. So, for me, I want to make sure that, we're good on all ends before we take the next step. And I think that we did a really good job on that with this one.
Exactly. And we had gotten her pre-approved. We were able to use a gift to get her money from her husband, who was living in Georgia at the time.
I think, touching upon that, I think a big misconception too, aside from that you need 20% down, is that, if you don't have enough money that you can't buy a place. Because in this instance, we used the whole amount to purchase this home in a gift. And, 4 things that I would like to mention too, is that you can get money from a gift, you can get money in seller credit, you can get lender credit, and use down payment assistance programs. So there's multiple ways that you can come up with these funds that you may not have at the time. And in this case, we put down, I think the total cost of purchases was roughly $18,000, and the monthly payment was about $1,200 and change. And, I think a lot of people are renting more than this in the city, or have more than this in their bank account. And, it should definitely be an eye opener in the sense that, a lot of people can afford this.
Exactly. So yeah, you hit the numbers right in the head. I just want to break it down just a little bit more. We ended up closing on a place for $185,000 total. She ended up financing $172,050. So her total down payment was going to be $12,950. Closing costs was going to be $5,449.23. Total down payment plus closing costs, it was going to cost her $18,399.23. So that's how much money she needed. Her total monthly mortgage payment, including everything, was going to be $1,243.75. She got a rate for 2.875. It was a conventional loan, and she put 7% down. Why was it 7%?
So a rule for thumb is for every dollar you make, you don't want more than 50 cents going towards debt. And that is your current debt payments plus the mortgage payment you're about to be taking on divided by your monthly income. And, this was a situation where we were teeter-tottering on that threshold. And, for this particular condo, like I said, we were teeter-tottering on it, sort of put a little bit more down to keep us under is huge because you also, things change mid-process. For example, we get the real estate taxes from the attorney. They go directly to the town and get those. So those can change slightly. If the association doesn't cover the entire insurance, then you need an additional policy. It's usually around $30, but that changes things too. So it's, you always want to be on the conservative side too, because I hate question marks as much as you do. So, could be a situation mid-process, we suddenly can't afford it anymore and we have to put more down. So it kind of goes back to coming up with a game plan and, making sure the client knows, what to expect in the process.
Exactly. So that was great. It was a huge success all the way around. And we were in constant communication. So it was great that she trusted me to take my recommendation to use you as a lender. She also, I'm going to talk about the other half of the deal as well. She trusted my recommendations on using Tom from MKC, who came by when it was freezing cold, and he's up in the roof of this apartment complex doing an inspection, breaking down the entire complex, which was great. And she loved that experience. She told me afterwards. And I think she mentioned it in the review as well. And then also she trusted my recommendation on using Christina Lagana from Touchstone Escrow and Closing. And I know that her and you were working very closely together. How was your experience with her?
Yeah, she was awesome. I mean, was very on top of things, answer all the questions. And obviously at the end of the day, we got it done. So I think that, it was all around great teamwork. And, I keep circling back to this just because it's so important to come up with a game plan and make sure everybody knows what to expect and just being, communicative around, because it's very easy for a process to become, oh, well, David said this, or Christina said this. So, I just think it's really important to have a good, solid team and just, make sure everybody's all around communicating.
Exactly, guys. So if you're looking to purchase your first house, hit me up, 617-888-2542. Hit up David.
781-820-7624.
Boom. Get yourself a team. All right. Thanks, David.